Pranam Maharaj.
We'll start with our prayer. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvidavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय आविराविर्मयेधि ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम् आत्मानम् अखिलाधारम् आश्रये भीष्टसिद्धये. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor, may our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. I take refuge in the self, the indivisible, the existence, consciousness, bliss, bliss absolute, beyond the reach of words and thought, and the substratum of all, for the attainment of my cherished desire. So we are studying Vedanta, Vedantasara. Vedanta, the end or crux or gist of Vedanta. So Vedanta, gist of Veda, that is Vedanta. And the important point is to reach the goal, we don't need anything else. Whatever is the goal is already within us. Only thing we need to identify. As of now, we also identify, but with something wrong. We identify with our body. We identify ourselves with our vital forces. We identify with our minds and intellect, but we miss what is our real self. So here endeavor is to find out what is that reality. That is the substratum of the whole creation. And here the advantage is we don't need anything else. Only thing we need sharp common sense, right understanding, and establishing oneself on that understanding. There may be a question whether that understanding is real or erroneous. Yes, that also you can understand. So this is the advantage. Knowledge is within us. whatever knowledge that we get, it doesn't come from outside. It is already within us. We only identify it. So this is the advantage. Even we don't need any concept of God also. Though it will help if we have someone who is the guide of everything, who is the substratum. So ultimately we will see God also depends on that supreme being. That means when we say God, that means it is with some attributes, that He is all pervading, He is the creator, He is preserver, He is a destroyer. So all these are attributes. But we are interested in the highest common factor. That means there is no. When first we have to recognize it, then of course everything remains. Nothing is denied. It is like this. Suppose we know that this, previously it was the knowledge, that everything that is there, it is earth-centric. Everything that revolves is because of like earth-centric, geocentric. But later we found that no, that's not real. Even earth rotates around the sun. So then we thought it is heliocentric. But now we understand that not even heliocentric. The whole galaxy is rotating around maybe a black hole. And there are so many galaxies, so many billions of galaxies. So this way, we can find that all these attributes take us to outside. But as we negate, by negation we find what is the purest that is within me. So this is the pursuit that we are following. So before this, first what we have studied, that fourth thing. What is the subject matter? Who is fit to study this? And what is the relationship with this text to the knowledge? And the fourth is why we should study. As of now, we suffer. That is why we should study. And what should be our qualification? That also we have studied. Now the second chapter that we have already studied, the second chapter, that means 32nd, 33rd and 34th. What we have studied? Now Vedanta takes very simple example so that we understand. So first, what is called superimposition. This whole creation is superimposed on something. We have to discover that. Say this identity, that I am this body, I am this mind, is superimposed on something. We have to identify that something. That is called vastu. So first, asarpa bhutayam rajju sarpa aropavat. Like there is a rope is lying, on that we superimpose a snake. When we are not alert, when we are a bit absent-minded and we are going, all of a sudden we jump. Why? There is a snake. But we bring light, then we see, oh, there is no snake. But it is only a rope. How we see that? So this is simple fact. Taking this as example, we want to discover that this world is superimposed on something. What is that? What is that? on which this world is superimposed. What is that on which this body mind complex is superimposed? So adhyasa means superimposition, is the superimposition of the unreal on the real. So what is unreal? The snake is unreal. It is not there, but we see. We see water. Water is not real in a mirage. Water is not real, but we see it. So that what we see, what is not there, that is called adhyas, superimposition. Many times, other times also, we superimpose something which it is not there. So atasmin tat buddhi. Whatever is not there, we see that. Suppose there is a thief and he looks at distance, and there also it's not fully lighted, so he understands that there is a policeman following me, and a policeman thinks, oh, this is a thief. A lover thinks that that is a beloved. So person may be different, but they see the same thing in different ways. So this is called superimposition. We superimpose as we think. So this is superimposition. So first, what is superimposition? What is not there but we see. I give example of like what is less light, we call it shade or shadow. So it is only less light. There is no thing that is called darkness. So anyway, darkness has no independent existence. That is the point. So whatever is, there is never absence of that. And whatever is not, there is no existence of it. So we have already this. Adhyaropa is the superimposition of unreal on the real. If there is no real, you cannot see anything. So you must be there in front of the mirror. Then only you can see your image. It is not that, oh, I was not there but I saw my image. You cannot say like that. Similarly, when you are there, you see your dream. So witness should be there. Already we have discussed that. So Satchidanandam Advayam Brahma Ajnanadi Sakal Jada Vastu Samuho Avasti. So now two things we have to identify. What is Vastu, what is real thing, and what is unreal. What is real thing? That we have already we have discussed this, that which is Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa. So there are some definitions is Satyam. Whatever is Satya, whatever existence, Satyam Jnanam. Jnanam means awareness. So we have our existence. We are aware that I am existing. If somebody comes to you and you say God comes and say you don't exist, what you will say? Dear God, you have so many things to do, better you busy yourself. I know that I exist. So this is unshakable. Nobody can shake it. This is natural understanding. So satta means existence. That I exist. Nobody can shake from you. Shake this truth from you. So satyam, jnanam. And if somebody says, you are there, I understand, but you are not aware of it. You laugh at it. Yes, I know I exist. So I don't need your preaching, sir. So we are existing, I am existing, and I am aware that I am existing. Only thing we exist, right? But we don't feel that joy. Why we don't feel that joy? It is because of so many rubbish it is on us. You know, like Sri Ramakrishna, very homely and like village um, way of talking. He said, you know, it's like heap of some mud is thrown on gold. You have to shake that mud off that gold. That is to be done. So as of now, we have so many identities. Say, I am a Swami, I am from India, I am male, and this and that. So many identities are there. So these are impurities. We have to see through, removing all the impurities, we have to see through what I really am. If I can do that, then it's done. So that is called Vastu. We have to see, we have to realize, we have to perceive, we have to realize our pure identity. Pure identity, not imposed identity. Like we have name. It is imposed identity. When we are born, a name is given. Then we are so identified with that name that we forget everything. And if somebody twists it, then we are angry. Similarly, form. All the time it is changing. Which one is my form? So this is also imposed. So what is that which never changes? That is called Trikala Abadhita. Abadhita means sublated. Sublation. Sublation means removal, denying. So Trikala Abadhita. Truth must be existing in three times. Means past, present and future. Say, like take the example of water in a mirage. As we understand, the water vanishes. Then we understand there is no water. So it is not Trikala Abadhita. Our dream, we dream. Then we wake up. Then we know that dream does not exist. Similarly, the false identities will not exist. We have to discover our real identity. So that is called Vastu. What is that? Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa. Satchidanandam Advayam. Advayam is non-dual. Why non-dual? We see many. Can we deny? No. But we understand that it exists on the same truth. Say, the whole dream of you, when you are dreaming, you see so many things. But the whole dream depends on you. Without you, dreams cannot exist. Without you, the image in the mirror is impossible. Without gold, ornaments are impossible. Without wood, all the furnitures are impossible. So what is that real existence? That we have to find. That's why Satta. So Sat, Chit, and awareness also should be there. Sat, Chit, and Ananda Swarupa, Ananda, and Advayam. So this is, if we go on analyzing, then we'll find that there are no two, it is one. You are sitting in front of me, but actually it is my projection that you are sitting there. You may also think that way, that you see me. So it is your projection. Because you want to know something which is called Vedantasara, so you are here. So it is your projection. Whatever you want, that will come to you. So, Satchidanandam Advayam. Advayam means non-dual. Why non-dual? This whole existence is so diverse. You are claiming it is non-dual? Yes. You go on analyzing, like I give example, that we are on the ground. And so many things are there, but it is held by earth. If earth is not there, it cannot exist. And if there is no solar system, the earth cannot exist. If there is no universe, earth or even our solar system cannot exist. So something is there who is the highest common factor, that we have to see, and that is non-dual. Ajnanadi sakala jada samuha avastha. And ajnana means ignorance, not knowing things correctly. We know something, but we don't know correctly. We know there is something, so we thought it is a snake. We know something, there is, oh, what is that? Water. But actually it is not water. So whatever vanishes at the dawn of knowledge, that is avastu. Avastu means not real, unreality. So reality is Brahman, which is without a second, and is existence, consciousness and bliss. Unreality is nescience and all other material objects. So now we have segregated. One is Vastu, reality, one is unreality. So we have to know, we have to understand what is reality. We have to know, we have to perceive, we have to realize what is reality. Then all problem is solved. So some other definitions are also there. Vijnanam, Anandam, Brahma. Vijnan, knowledge. Anandam, joy. So why we don't experience joy? Because we have so many desires we want to fulfill. But when you remove all these, you feel joy. Like in your dreamless sleep, you enjoy. That's why in the morning you say, oh, I slept so very well that I did not know anything. That means all the things were absent. So now this is, now what is ajnana? Ajnana means ignorance. And as of now we are in ignorance. We cannot understand ignorance within the domain of ignorance. It is like this. When we are in dream, we think that is real. We cannot understand what is waking state. Like in the cinema or maybe a movie, a person, whatever is recorded, or say maybe a painting, whatever is painted there, he cannot say, why I was created? He cannot ask. Similarly, when we are within the domain of Maya, we cannot understand from here what is Maya, what is ignorance. But there is a little blessing on us. What is that? Like you are sleeping, and mother knows that now it is time for you to go to office or to school or college. So mother wakes you up. Suppose somebody has no mother, but it is in nature, it is inbuilt in nature, that after certain time you will wake up yourself. So that is called Shastra, scriptures, which wakes us up. And also Guru. Guru is like mother. Mother wakes us up. Get up, get up, get up. It's time to go to office or school or college. So that is the grace of God. So let me read a little. That which is pure Atman is unattached. Maya or avidya is in it. So, what is pure is unattached. But Maya is within that. The power is there. Say magician. Magician has power to delude you. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Bhranti Rupena Samstita. So there we'll read that one. So that which is pure, Atman, is unattached. Maya. Maya or avidya is in it. Like a snake has poison. But snake is not affected by poison. When it bites other, then the poison is active and it affects. In Maya, there are three gunas. So Maya means when a magician, say magician was not doing anything. Now he thought, okay, let me show my magic. So then he does something, he thinks something, and also acts something. So that's called sattva, rajas, and tamas. These three gunas, I'm reading from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. These three gunas also exist in the pure Atman. Why I'm reading from here? Because I'm reading from Guru. Guru is our mother. Mother wakes us up. So he tells. Then only we understand. Otherwise it's impossible to understand. These three gunas also exist in the pure Atman. But Atman itself is unattached. See, it is like this. In the air, you can have various smell, but air is not affected by that. In the space, there are so many, say clouds are moving, but space is not affected by it. So it is possible. But Atman itself is unattached. Similarly, many thoughts come to us. Sometimes we are morose, dejected. But after a certain time it heals up. Suppose somebody lost someone or somebody lost money. After a certain time he forgets it. Even divorce. So after a certain time one forgets it. So but Atman itself is unattached. If you throw a blue pill into the fire, you will see a blue flame. If you throw a red pill, you will see a red flame. But fire itself has no color of its own. If you put a blue pill in water, the water will turn blue. Again, if you turn alum in that water, it will regain its natural color. So what is the point? Point is the self is unattached. And all the impurities come and create problem. So anyway, so here what is ajnana? We only know by the grace of God, by the grace of gurus, what is ajnana. So it is now said, what is that? Sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam. It is neither sat. Why? If you bring knowledge, then it vanishes. But we cannot say it is asat. Say your dream. While dreaming, you cannot say it does not exist. When you see water in the mirage, you cannot say, I don't see water. So it is neither sat, existing, nor asat, non-existence. Then what is that? Combination of both? No. Both sat, asat cannot be combined. Why? Because day and night cannot coexist. So this is sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam. Then why it is there? Anirvachaniyam, it cannot be said. But it has three gunatmaka. Three guna means like sattva, rajas and tamas. And one thing is sure, jnana virodhi. When knowledge dawns on, then it vanishes. When you are awake, your dream vanishes. When you are aware, say like monkeys, they see their image on a mirror. They first fight, and then they see the other side. Oh, there was nobody. Then they understand it's my imagination, or that image, because of some image in the mirror, somebody was fighting, as it were. So jnana virodhi. So it cannot stand knowledge. Bhava rupam yat kinchit. But there is something because of which this whole creation goes on. Bhava rupam. So there is something, because of that only we dream. Our dream is not real, but we dream. So that must be something. What is that bhava rupam? The person. If there is no person, no dream. Once Holy Mother said, whatever you see, it is all like dream. Then I think Arupanandji said, but how it is? So Mother did not give lots of argumentation. He said, still we see it. It is seen, but it goes away. So Trigunatmaka, three gunas are there. Jnana virodhi, against knowledge. Bhava rupam, but there is something. Yat kinchit iti vadanti aham agya. Why? Because we understand, oh, I don't know. What I know that I don't know. So this absence of knowledge we can understand. That is why it is. We also experience yat kinchit iti vadanti aham agyaha ityadi anubhavat. So we also experience that I don't know what is the reality. And the people say also, I don't know why it is happening. Devatma shaktim swagunair nigudham ityadi shrute also. Now, one is our three things are there. Shruti, yukti, and anubhuti. Shruti means what Shruti says. Shruti is like mother. Shruti tells, then only we understand. Otherwise, it is beyond us. Like we are dreaming, in dream there is a clue. Then we wake up. So this is Shruti. Shruti is one evidence. Second is our yukti, our rationality. We try to rationalize. And third is anubhuti, we feel. So we realize, Devatma Shaktim Sagunair Nigudham. So this is the Shruti says. Now however, ignorance is described as something positive, though intangible, which cannot be described either as being or non-being. That's in Vivek Chudamani there is a shloka, Sanyapya Sanya Ubhayatmikanu. Neither it is Sat nor Asat, nor existing nor non-existing, neither combination of these two. Bhinnapya bhinna ubhayatmikanu. Neither it is differentiated, not non-differentiated, not combination of both. So why we are to define, it is like science. Until or unless you define something, you cannot proceed. That is why ajnana is to be defined. What is that? That it is beyond our understanding, but something is felt. There must be something. And ultimately, what is that something? It is ourselves. Anyway, what is that? For ajnana, there must be a witness. When you dream, you must be witnessing your dream. Otherwise, there is no dream. Secondly, whatever we know, for knowing that, also we impart our own knowledge. we understand our own understanding. Sarvam tat prajnanetram prajnane pratishthitam. Prajnanetro lokah pragyam pratishtha prajnanam brahma. See, I know something. Say something is taught in the school or college. Immediately we have an inkling. Yes, I know. I know something like this. So this inkling is because of our presence. The self is present there. And the third is that whatever is, he does not lose all sense of perception. The ignorance cannot be said to consist of the negation of knowledge. So ignorance cannot be said that it is negation. There is something. And ultimately that something is the substratum. Anyway. Avidyaya avidyatma avidyatvam idam eva tu lakshanam. So what is the ignorance? What is the sign and symptom of avidya? That we are in ignorance. That is the sign. The characteristic of ignorance is its very unintelligibleness. We cannot define this is ignorance. So that is ignorance. So the characteristic of ignorance is its very unintelligibleness. It cannot bear any proof, or it will be a real thing. See, if there is something existing, then only we can explore. If there is, say, an ornament, there is something which is called gold, so we can explore. But only a shape that ultimately, when we melt the ornament, we cannot find that. So, there is a shloka there. Seyam bhrantihi niralamba sarva nyaya virodhini. So, what is bhranti? What is confusion? Which is against all logic. As we put logic, it vanishes. We cannot see. Sahate na vicharam satamo yat vat divakaram. So, this illusion is without support and contradictory to all reasoning. Contradictory to all reasoning. It cannot bear any reasoning, just as darkness cannot stand the sun. Therefore, like the fanciful imagination of the sun by one who is blind by day, the sages called ignorance indescribable, as it is neither real nor unreal, nor real unreal, neither with parts nor without parts, and neither separable from knowledge nor inseparable from it. So this is the definition. Now let us see what Sri Ramakrishna meant for that, and what Swami Vivekananda. So for Sri Ramakrishna, it is not like this definition. It is mother who is creating, preserving and destroying. So mother, say like Sri Ramakrishna said, that when he is not creating, preserving or destroying or absorbing, we call him Brahman. But same entity, when he wants to create, preserve and destroy, we call him Shakti. So it is now, what is that Shakti? Brahma Swarupini. Brahman itself takes the form of Shakti, power, and creates, preserves and destroys. So this is, now it is not like mechanical definition. Rather, Now we have something concrete. So Sri Ramakrishna is like, after realization, he brought this knowledge to this world. Okay, example. Example is, Sri Ramakrishna said, once he was talking to M. Mahendranath Gupta, the recorder of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, said, you know, there is a huge valley, and in between there is a wall. In that wall, there is a hole. Through that hole, one can go the other side and see a vast area. And through that hole, he can come this side also. Then asked, what did I say? To M, he asked M, what did I say? Then M said, you are that hole. Because through that hole we can see a lots of the other side, whatever is there. So Sri Ramakrishna himself used to go to that other side and brought all the knowledge. What is that? That Brahma Swarupini. That same entity whom we call Brahman, when he is creating, preserving and destroying, we call him Shakti. Kali, Kali bole koi. So this is special, it is not mechanical. Was it not known to Shankaracharya and other teachers? It was known. But logic, when you have to put logic, it should be defined. That is why it is this definition. How I say that they also knew? Because even there is a Durga Pancharatnam, and Shankaracharya also wrote many verses where he praised Mother. So te dhyana yoganugataha apashyan tvameva devim sagunair nigudham devatma shakti. So devatma shakti is sagunair nigudham. Whatever the scriptures, that means Upanishad says the same thing, that one Shankaracharya wrote this. Devatma shakti shruti vak gita maharshi lokasya purah prasanna. So it is all in Sanskrit. So he composed 5 verses where Devatma Shabdena Shivatma Bhuta. So Devatma Shivatma Bhuta. She is embodiment of Shiva. So it is not that Shankaracharya did not know or his tradition did not know. Not like that. They also knew. Only thing, when you are arguing with, say that time, Buddhist, so you need to have a definition which may look mechanical. But actually they also knew that pure Shakti. And not only that, in Chandi, so Devi Mahatmyam. So there, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Sanstita, Nidra Rupena Sanstita, Kshudha, desire, even Trishna Rupena Sanstita, then Chaya Rupena Sanstita, all, whatever we see, it is all her manifestation. And not only that, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Bhranti Rupena Sanstita, whatever confusion that we have, it is all because of that Devi, because of that Shakti. Shakti is the basis on which all the creation is happening. Creation, preservation and also destruction. So it is Smriti Rupena. Smriti means memory, as compassion, as fulfillment, as mother, as forgiveness, as bashfulness, as peacefulness, as faith, one-pointed faith, even Kanti Rupena. Whatever you see beauty, there is that deity. So this is, our Shastra also says. Therefore, it is not a mechanical force. Only to satisfy the opponents, a mechanical definition was given, but actually it is not mechanical. And not only that, when Swami Vivekananda, once he was um, talking to people, then what is Shakti and how to invoke prana, he said, listen, look and listen, we shall all die. That means this physical frame will go. So if we can remember this, then only your real entity will be awakened. So what is the point? We are so engrossed with this body-mind complex that we cannot leave it. But as we understand that this will fall off one day, then what will remain? It is the self. The pran jege utbe, Swamiji said. And Sri Ramakrishna said, he who is Brahman is verily the active Mother Kali. That means when it is active, then we call it Kali. Then what is the material? The material also herself. What is that? Like whatever is made up of the stairs, the same thing is made up of the roof. Ultimately it is the same thing. So material cause also herself. So Sri Ramakrishna brought knowledge from that light of Brahman, brought to this world of Mother Kali. Mother Kali means in the world that is what we call ignorance. And Swamiji also, Swami Vivekananda also had struggled a lot. So that is, Swamiji wanted to worship Mother Kali, and with his own blood. So that toiling, that struggle was as if like offering his blood to worship Mother Kali. So this is Mother Kali, that means now ignorance, ajnana, Shakti, all is coming like this, like Maya, Avidya. Maya, that's another name. Yama, what it is not. Avidya means ignorance. And Shakti, now Shakti. It is the sphere of Shakti. Anyway, so this is, now two things are clear now. One is Vastu and Avastu. What is Avastu? It cannot stand the scrutiny by knowledge. If we try to scrutinize, then it vanishes. And we see what is the substratum. What is the substratum? It is Vastu. Vastu means Brahman, Sat Chit Ananda Swarup. Now, how we are to see this, how this creation has started. Creation. Now one thing is, say, like I am individual, I see my world, you and all other, so we see collective world. So two things are there, one is called individual and collective. So idam ajnanam samashti vyashtya abhiprayena prayena aikam ekam anekamiti cha vyabhriyat. So now we'll try to understand that same thing in two perspective. One is Vyashti, Vyashti means individual, and Samashti, Samashti means collective. This ignorance is said to be one or Maya or many, one or many, according to the mode of observing it either collectively or individually. So one thing is, say, I experience this world, you also experience this world, and your individual world is also there. So our experience is individualistic and collective also. So now let us go to the next. Tatha hi yatha vrikshanam samashtyaviprayana vanam इत्येकत्व व्यापदेशो यथावा जलानाम समष्टि अभिप्रायेण जलाशयति तथा नानात्वेन प्रतिभासमानानां जीव गत अज्ञानानां समष्टि अभिप्रायेण तदेकत्व व्यापदेशः अजामेकाम. So now we take one individual plant, or say individual that tree, and the whole forest. So when we take one individual, that means one tree, but all trees taken together, it is called a forest. If we take one drop of water, it is individual, but when it is taken collectively all water, so it is collective. So one and then many. As for instance, trees considered as an aggregate are denoted as one. So aggregated one, but individually you take, then it's many. So now what is being said? We are trying to find out what is that one. One is manifesting as many. So if we can try to find out what is that one, then we can understand. So as for instance, trees considered as an aggregate are denoted as one. So when it's aggregated, it's one. The example is given: the forest or water is collectively named as the reservoir. So also ignorance existing in jiva being diversely manifested. So diversely, you are different, I am different, everybody is different. But when it is collective, taken, like we are human being. So this way we can find the common factor. So also ignorance existing in jivas being diversely manifested is collectively represented as one, as in such scriptural passages as there is one unborn. So now I have individual ignorance, you have individual ignorance, she has individual ignorance, but when taken together, that's a collective ignorance. So this way we are to now idam yam samashti utkrishta upadhitaya vishuddha sattva pradhana. Now let us what is this now the effort is, it has sattva, rajas and tamas. Sattva means more, pure, not purest, purer. Rajas is activity, and tamas is indolence, ignorance. Say like anything happens because of these three, like a TV screen. TV screen, nothing is happening as of now. But as we energize, like your computer screen, what is happening there? One is light, so it is lighting, so we can see. Second, there is some activities. off, on, off, on. There may be millions of um, pixels, and what they are doing, glowing, and switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. So then we have, oh, this is a picture. So this is what is happening. Activity is going on. So rajas, one is shining, that is sattva, rajas, and tamas. When it is switch off, that's tamas. Similarly, see, I am moving my hands, etc. That's also same thing. Some rajas and sattva and tamas. Say now rest. Similarly, all yam samashti utkrishta upadhita. When it is all purer, then it is sattva. See, we are understanding through our intellect. So intellect is purer. Mind, the active cell activity, I am doing some activities, so it is rajas. And when it is not doing anything, it is tamas. So anything happens because of this. When it is purer, so that's called Vishuddha Sattva Pradhan. Very, very pure. Not the purest. Very pure. This aggregate of ignorance, on account of its appearing associated with perfection, pure intelligence of Brahman, has a preponderance of pure sattva. See, when you are in the world, then you are buffeted by things and you suffer. But as you meditate, you are closer to your center, your real identity. Then you don't suffer that much. So that's purer. But when you are in the world, that is with dirt and dust. So this is pure sattva, Vishuddha sattva. Yam samashti utkrishta upadhitaya. So this upadhi again. Upadhi means like adjuncts. This aggregate of ignorance, on account of its appearing associated with perfection. So when it is closer to God, closer to the self, then it is purer. When it is away, it is not that pure. So pure intelligence of Brahman has a preponderance of pure sattva. So that's a pure sattva, preponderance of pure sattva. Now we take up, time is up. So this way we'll proceed. So first we have to see how, because of ignorance, we see many. But ultimately it is one who is appearing as many. So we have to identify that one who is reality. And appearance is only not real. So this way we will proceed. So we will stop here. David, I forgot to read that. But anyway, next time. We say our prayer. Any question? Any question? Yes. Yeah, reality is eternal. That's why, even definition also said that Satchidanandam Advayam Brahma and Vijnanam Anandam. It has bliss. And eternal means there is no division in time. Say, today, tomorrow, it has division. But when we say eternal, that means there is no division. There is no beginning, there is no end. Yeah, not changing also, unchanging. Why? When there is change, Change is some condition. Say, today it is sunny, tomorrow it is gloomy. So, change in condition. When there is no change in condition, that is what we call, what word you said? Unchanging, yes. Yes.
When Sri Ramakrishna died, he just said, "Oh, I just went from one room to another." What does that mean?
See, like body. This body. He left this body. What he did? The identification with the body. He left because he's already identified himself with Brahman, with self. Though he did not leave the form, only he left this body. Body is like living, we live in our house. You live in that house. Right? So many people change their houses. And when I came here in the West, somebody said, here people are very renunciate. I said, what? Renunciate? How they renunciate? Oh, they cannot live in the same house for eternity, for 5 years. After 5 years, they will sell it and buy a new house. But in India, few generations they lived in the same house. So that Swami told me, they are real renunciate. So Sri Ramakrishna left this house. That means from this room to the other room. Gross, he left gross, but it still is in subtle body. Why? To grace the devotees. He has no ulterior motive for himself. It is to grace the devotees. Somebody was asking something? Okay. Okay, we stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you.
Jai Mahaswami.
Jai Ma.
Jai Mahaswami.
Jai Mahaswami.
Jai Ma. Jai Ma.
Good night.
Good night. Joseph.
Yes.
Okay.